HBO! Y'all used to be the dope ones with the badass documentaries like the Michael Jackson one. What is going on now? Now y'all got bitten by the woke virus. And now crap like the Velma show came out, where they get a regular IP that was beloved by people and then make something that has nothing to do with the IP.
Bruh.
And then the disrespect of making a kid show and thought, hey, let's make it very edgy for adult content.
Adult Swim.
And have zero respect to its original content. Down to race swapping characters, no surprise to the woke movement. And then not even remotely close to their original counterparts. At this point, why would it even be called Scooby-Doo? So in this new episode of the drama, we see a Scooby-Doo show with no Scooby-Doo.
Bruh.
I'm just like, how in the world are you gonna make Scooby-Doo with no Scooby-Doo? I was like, okay, I'm gonna give it a chance. Who knows? Maybe it's really good. We already have 2 episodes. The 2 episodes so far, they're not very good. It starts off right away. This show starts off with, nudity.
Bruh.
They're all nuded. We see roaches humping each other. Haha, 13-year-old joke. This does not look good. The only thing that is remotely related to Scooby-Doo is that there's a crime going on. There's a murderer. And they gotta figure it out, I guess. But the characters, they got changed so much that you just don't love them. Let's start off with Velma. So Velma is supposed to be, obviously they race swapped her. They made her Indian. The person making this show is the lady from The Office. And she just made herself a clone and she put herself as the main character. Where have I seen this? Oh yeah, the Mindy Project. So she's done this before. She is the main character, and that show was so weird. Everyone like keeps falling in love with her because I am the main character, and everybody loves me. And it's like, bro, I kind of see the same thing. So in this HBO Max version, she plays Velma, and everybody in the cast is in love with her. It starts off as Velma, and she used to have her best friend, and if you know her. Oh, well, in this one, it's Daphne. So Daphne is the redhead girl. And no surprise, we can't just keep her a white redhead or whatever, a ginger. No, we're just gonna make her Asian, which, there has to be, right? There is such thing as ginger Asians, right? I've never seen one in my life. But we have a ginger Asian. So the ginger Asian Daphne is, how do I say this, kind of a bitch. She was best friends with Velma when they were young. Once she got older and she became the cool girl, she ended up leaving her for her, beautiful friends. And then Velma is this bitchy, nerdy girl, which Velma was always the nerdy girl, but man, they give her a tad of bitchiness. They just don't like each other. And by the second episode, they end up making out. And I'm like, oh, of course, you got to put some, diversity in there and sex stuff because, that's how the woke movement works these days. And then I'm like, but what about Shaggy? And then I'm like, how is Shaggy going to work in this? And you end up finding out Shaggy ends up being this guy that is anti-drugs, which I get. Like, I'm not going to be here a big baby. It's supposed to be, like, sarcastic because they make it really obvious, like, oh, I don't do any drugs. And the guy puts the cartoon, clink, clink, like, I get the joke, okay. But then I'm like, they changed his name to Norville, which, if you know, Norville it's his original name. But his name is Shaggy on this one. So I'm just like, okay, how is this gonna turn out? That dude ends up being a beta. He has the biggest simp for Velma. And no surprise when it comes to this Mindy lady. Just like the Mindy Project. Bro, he's in love with Velma. So yeah, now you got 2 characters of the show that are deeply in love with Velma. The thing is that he is like this nerdy guy, and they emphasize how he is such a whip little boy. He ends up, there's one part that she ends up having to need $500 so she can get bitches to make $500. So Norville decides that, hey, I could sell my liver and stuff, which is this is also what made it weird. There was a person that they said we took away Scooby-Doo because he is too childish. And now watching the first 2 episodes, I'm like, wait a minute, some guy loses his freaking leg and nothing happens. Norville is so whipped, he's been willing to sell his liver and then his favorite nerdy sword. And it's just like, wait, how is Scooby-Doo not part of this? It makes no sense. And then Fred is like the only white dude in this whole show. And as you know, when it comes to woke people, they hate white people for some reason. They're probably gonna make it like super, super obvious. Bro, they made it so damn obvious. This poor Fred. They make him that apparently he is so pampered. He lives in this rich, his father's like the super rich elite guy. His son, the irony is that his dad is like super extremely masculine. And he hopes that his son one day, owns the business. But this boy is so freaking pampered that he never hit puberty. So he can't grow any hairs. He has the smallest pee-pee, which it is so weird that they emphasize this so hard. They triple down that this man has a small scrotum. And then the joke is that he is just this giant baby that he cannot even eat for himself. His own mother has to cut his pancakes, which he says, I need cutties. The IP has nothing to do with Scooby-Doo. So if you're a person that gets upset why this show didn't do so well, and you are a Scooby-Doo fan, I mean, it makes perfect sense. The characters are nothing to do with Scooby-Doo. It's just a skin. That's all it is. And then just shove woke stuff in there, and it just turns people off. And this is the irony of this. This one tried to make fun of both sides. Kind of like you would think the woke stuff usually tends to be super liberal. And this one, I guess Mindy tried to make fun of liberals and Republicans on the same time. So now you have this garbage. Even the liberals don't agree with. They hate it. And then Republicans hate it. No one likes it. I haven't heard anybody that says this is a really good show. Both sides hate it. It's really bad. And remember, we're only 2 shows in. So now you can't really cap because you kind of see the premises of the show. Yes, they try to have bangers of jokes. Some people said that the cartoons don't fit with each other. I don't know about that. I don't have a problem with that. Overall, just the content is just really bad. And it shows you, one of the signs that a show is going to be really bad is when they have their preview and it's one day before the show comes out. And they do it because they know it's going to get backlash already. The comment section was taken off on this one because they knew it was going to be so bad. The first preview, oh my God. The premise of it was like, wow, they're making fun of the fan base on this show. Oh, well, yeah, it's gonna die. If you thought the Scooby-Doo name was gonna make it for you, it's not. Because you already know that the person that sees the preview knows this has nothing to do with Scooby-Doo. Velma was the cute one, okay? The cute, little, innocent one. And you end up ruining her and made her a fucking bitch. This bitchy little fucking version. So all the characters are ruined, man. Nothing to do with Velma. Nothing to do with all the other characters. And let alone, Shaggy is a super loved character. So if you ruin him, people aren't going to like it. And, of course, the race swaps, bro. I mean, Shaggy being a black guy. Daphne being an Asian. Fred got stuck as a white guy. But he lost all his masculinity. And then they stripped him of his manlyhood. And when it comes to the Rotten Tomatoes score, you already know that critics, you can't trust them. They know that if they give something like a 0, they're going to get canceled. Whatever, it's all BS. It ended up hitting a 53. And for the average audience, they gave it a 7%. God damn, it is super garbage, sir. And I mean, this is the other thing. When it comes to the average score, you always see, like, there's no cap toward it. And on top of that, you already know this is gone. It's not gonna make it any well. I'm gonna continue on looking at the episodes, and I feel like the only people that are watching this is like that small crowd that's just like, I wanted to succeed, and then people like me that are making reviews on it, so you gotta watch it. And that's probably about it. Yeah, it was an epic fail. I don't know why the Mindy lady. I mean, the Mindy lady has already, like, you lose faith in her. The Mindy Project, It wasn't for me, but they end up getting her because, obviously The Office. But even her now, she's like, I would not do The Office. The Office is so. I'm like, bro, The Office is the reason why people even know you. Because you did a couple skits that you were involved in. And then now you see this and it's like, well, I don't know what you're talking about. I think I've only laughed one time. It's ironic because the jokes were so bad. And I think it was even in the preview. This is a scary thing. When you watch your preview, you put the best stuff that's in there, right? And the jokes were so whack. There was like a 420 joke where they're like, oh, you do, Shaggy. I'm just gonna call him Shaggy, okay? Norbit, whatever. Norbit. He goes and he says, oh, look, it's 420. You see all these stoners, and it's like, you know what 420 means, right? And it's like, yeah, it's like, it means somebody that doesn't have a job or something. And it's like, wow, that is so forgettable. The intro, there's like a joke when they're in the locker room and then the body falls down and loses its head. And she's like, oh my God, she has no brain. I'm not saying she's dumb. She literally has no brain. And it's just like, wow. That is the most bland and boring ass jokes I've ever heard in my life. How is this made? Yeah, it's 2023. I think people are more honest now, and the woke train kind of died out, so people can be more honest now. And like, this is a perfect example where Velma, people are just hitting punches. Both, when it comes to politics, both liberal and Republican side agree this is garbage. When it comes to people that aren't into woke stuff, agree this is garbage. And I feel like woke people kind of can't protect this one. And they're abandoning ship as well. So yeah, what do you guys think? You think the Velma show is hot garbage? I watched both episodes that are on right now. And it sucks. I gotta watch the third one. But I'll watch through it. And I'll tell you this. I have no sympathy for it. It's not gonna make it. But I'm gonna watch it regardless. What do you guys think, huh? And if you made it this far, bro, give me a like. And if you like the dumbass things I say, bro, subscribe. And that'll be all. Chinmonmon out.